Welcome everyone to We Go To Live. Today we're going to be talking about Chivas Varonil, our chingonas who are keeping up our colors overseas, and of course, our weekly MVP, as well as a dip into Mexican traditions. Ready? Let's get going.
Amigos y amigas, ¿cómo están? Qué gusto saludarles desde la cancha del estadio Akron, casa de las chingonas de Chivas Femenil.
Buen toque para Boyi. Boyi le va a pegar. ¡Golazo! Lo cantamos y gozamos aquí en Chivas TV, la señal marroquí y blanca.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latinoamerica, and all the Chiva hermanos y hermanas around the globe. All the mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go To Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Bienvenido todos a We Go To Live. Joining me today are our co-host, Gabriela Silva. ¿Cómo estás, Gabi?
Hi, Robert. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of We Go To Live, Dia de Muertos edition. We have a lot of surprises regarding this particular Mexican tradition that we all love and enjoy. And I feel so glamorous with my floral headpiece. Thank you, everybody that's interacting with us already in the chat. And yeah, welcome. Alfredo, how are you?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva Hermanos. I'm doing pretty well. I cannot lie. I'm pretty. It was a rough night yesterday, because of how the match ended. But I'm glad that at the end of the day we got the 3 points, and then I'm anxious to get going with Las Chingonas, who are coming back on Friday. And well, we have also a fun dynamic, which I invite the rest of all the Chiva Hermanos watching us to stay in, to get tuned, because we have a Dia de los Muertos special section, a special segment on El Dia de los Muertos. So I'm telling that to the Chiva Hermanos, and we have some really nice content coming up of people who definitely left a legacy with the red and white.
But before that, we must use our disclaimer. Gabi, can you tell us what's going on here? Why are we speaking in English, and why am I painted like a dead panda?
Of course, we need to tell everybody our disclaimer every single week, and it's okay, it's fine, especially because there's people asking in the chat. Andrea Fernanda Carlos de la Cruz Quevedo asks en español, please, en español. So this is Chivas content. We are official Chivas staff that creates content in English for all our Chiva hermanos that live outside Mexico and speak mostly in English. So we are a growing family, and we are trying to attract as many Chiva hermanos as we can that are not necessarily in Mexico and that speak mostly in English, because as you may know, the largest fan base outside Mexico of Chiva hermanos is in the United States. So this is for you, my friends. If you want to come and interact with us in the chat, or whatever it is that you want to interact with us in our social media, you are more than welcome. We can speak in English, in Spanish, in Spanglish. And as a very good friend says, we speak Chivas because we are universal. So welcome, everybody. So, Robert, back to you.
That's right. And Chivas is also permitting a sort of cultural diffusion. We're sharing Mexico through Chivas TV, as well as joining all of those other, how could I say, tendrils from the Chivaverse, Chiva Galaxy. So everybody, we go to, we love you. Thank you for joining us. And let's talk about Chivas. As always, we're going to move into that perfectly beautiful section that is called the MVP. But I need a drum roll. The
Yeah, because
MVP.
after the Halloween last night, we had production telling us that it was a Halloween on Halloween night.
Halloween.
Yeah, it was a Halloween, because we were scared. But we got a
I
shiver.
was.
We
It
got a,
got
a
scary.
shiver.
It got
It was
scary
the
towards
win.
the
The
end.
Yeah.
Chivermanos
I,
in the Midwest can confirm that they had a shiver last night because the Midwest is pretty cold, so they probably thought that they got haunted, but we're fine. We're fine. Yeah.
well,
So
that's the way.
so
We need a
yeah,
drum roll. Here we go.
MVP of the
MVP,
Halloween.
MVP.
Drum roll is our MVP.
Everybody in the chat, come on. Who is the MVP?
Hand signals, hand signals. Guess who it was, my friends? You gotta admit that it's one of the people who has been improving match to match. It is our brother who was previously in Holland, Eric El Guti Gutierrez. El Flaco, ahora el Flaco Gutierrez, because that guy's looking fit. He's coming back into form. And if you were able to watch the match yesterday, I saw him taking on esos antiguos brillos, right? What he used to be,
Yeah.
what he knows that he has deep inside him and has been dormant because basically, remember, he had been on a hiatus for about 5 months.
Mhm.
Getting back to, being in proper form for anyone is difficult. And those people who are participating in sports at this level of competition, well, let me put it this way. It's easy to call the shots from the sidelines. Being on the pitch, you'll see it's not true. I can't play against guys who are younger than me. Older either, but younger. Because, they have difference. You have to be, you have to learn to be a veteran. And I remember discussing this with someone earlier. We were talking about El Cone. And Cone, you could see, is the perfect type of vet because he lets the ball run for him. And he lets the young guys run after the ball. And I think that Guti yesterday was a great example of that. Great example of that. He did really well. And, well, he had the goal. And he was close to scoring the other one if it had not been for two things. Guess
Oh
what
my
those two
gosh.
things were?
Oh my gosh.
The two things were the horrible
luck.
pitch in Querétaro.
Yeah,
The pitch is horrible. You could see it. Chivas wasn't able to get those balls, those passes really quickly together. And the goalie's face because
The
it
goalie
rebounded.
face.
The face, man.
And
Qué
every
milagro.
time, like we've said this before, and I tweeted about it, but every single goalkeeper turns into Gianluigi Buffon every time they play against Chivas. For some reason, either is that or extreme luck. Like it was with his face. Like, come on. That was a goal.
And if anybody recalls, I think production will recall this. He was the goalie that Fierro scored off of back in the day when there was that sneaky goal. I remember we were down
With
we had been
Puebla?
down 2-0. Puebla.
Yes.
Was it? It was. I think it was
I
him.
don't remember, but it was him. I remember the goal
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yes,
Like
that's what it was.
yeah.
I got to investigate, but I thought we were discussing that yesterday. Misael Luna is asking about la celebración del
The
gol de la
non-celebration.
monja. A ver, ¿lo tienen? Let's see. Well, we'll probably see it a little bit later.
Yeah, we're going to
Let's
see
check
it.
out Guti. There he is.
There's
Picks it up.
Guti, our MVP.
And now that Robert was saying that that's being a veteran is waiting for your moment, right? Like, and you were mentioning the example of Cone Brizuela earlier, who earlier in the season probably he didn't have many playing minutes and he got a lot of criticism, people trying to retire him, but then he appeared and he has been important lately, and he knew how to wait for his moment. And Guti right now he knew how to wait for his moment. Because he also had to face criticism earlier in the season, but he's been stepping up for the team. He made a spot for himself in the starting 11 yesterday, which is hard in such a competitive team, and he made the difference last night.
He did, and I love to see him, and I loved how everybody wanted to give him a little bit of love. because it's hard getting those comebacks. He was so close to scoring the second one, and then what? If he had
Right.
scored that, his double. And look, did you see how that rebounded? You were talking about how it seems like sometimes the gods are against us. Did you see how the ball, he saves, the goalie saves, but it rebounds off the other guy's face again. I don't know, production, can we see that? And then Guti picks it up. Yeah. Nate Perez says, we need JJ Macias. He's coming back.
There you go. There it is.
Ve nomás. Qué hermoso. See, did you see that rebound, though?
Yeah.
And also,
Sometimes
Misael, the non-celebration was on Piojo's goal.
Yeah, we're going to have to see that in a minute.
We're going to come back to that, but
we'll come back to that. Actually, let's give Guti all our love because he was magnificent yesterday, and I think he's going to be great against Cruz Azul on Saturday, and he's going to be even better against Pumas. Yeah, because that's my Chiva vibe, my friends.
And he's going to be better in Liguilla because guess what? We're this close. Like this close.
That's right. That's right. Everybody who's on the chat, they want to talk about Chivas,
Yeah.
Let's talk about Chivas. Let's talk about Chivas. But first, everybody, shout out to Guti, our brother, MVP.
Yeah.
Muy bien por el Guti. He showed his qualities yesterday.
Our star signing of the season, stepping up probably when we need him most, right? Because we only have 2 games left. And everything's at stake. And big shout out to Los Baloneros, who says it's hard to understand how some people and the media talk down on Paunovic this year. Since this year, Chivas is the top third on effectiveness, and next season we will have Macias fully recovered. Yeah, it's all a process.
Oh, that's what sells.
Yeah. Big shout out to Curtis Williams, who's watching us from Little Rock, Arkansas. Big shout out, Curtis.
So everybody, thank you for interacting in the chat. Every single thing that we read, absolutely everything you're writing right now.
Yeah.
So nice.
Read what David Montana put.
Arriba las Chivas.
Big shout out to Victor Ayala. Yeah.
This one's funny.
Jose Salazar throwing a big shout out to Piojo Alvarado. Big shout out to Jose. Yeah, El Piojo is doing well, right? We were speaking in the pre-show meeting with production that he scored 6 goals, and his highest amount of goals scored in a regular season ever.
Yeah, he's on a
year.
roll. He's on
a roll.
Yeah.
We all want to talk about Chivas a little bit, at least. But first, we have a special dead panda thing going on over here, my friends, because we were asked who we thought should be on the altar, the most glorious altar for this evening, right? For the day,
right.
For the evening, the day,
very special
crossover from one dimension to another. It starts this evening, right? It begins at midnight, and it's the Day of the Dead. But today is the Day of All Saints Day. Yeah. But we need to bring it out because there have been so many people who have been important in the history of Chivas who merit recognition. And I think we could never, ever mention all of them. But these were our choices for this Dia de los Muertos. Let's check it out.
So we were asked. So I'm pretty sure everybody here knows the context behind Dia de los Muertos or the tradition of Dia de los Muertos. And we were asked to name 2 Chiva legends that already passed and that they are a staple in the club and they're icons on Chivas and they live and they will live forever. So the first 2 are... Can you guess? Everybody in the chat,
yes.
Let us know. Let us know if you know who these are. I think it's pretty easy.
I like that.
And if we think about Chivas, we have to talk about Campeonísimo, right? And these 2 gentlemen, These two incredible players, one of the greatest strikers in Chivas history, which is one of the three players to ever dress the Chivas jersey that has 100 or more goals. We talked about this recently with Licha scoring her 100 goal. Chava Reyes, of course, he's an icon, a legend of Chivas, and of course Tigre Sepúlveda, another legend, both that played in El Campeonísimo. With this, Chava Reyes, I think, has 7 of those 8 championships with Chivas in that era. And Tigre, I think, has all 8. I just correct me if I'm wrong, but these two gentlemen are from Campeonísimo and icons and legends. And if you remember, if somebody can win in the chat and tell me what is this amazing quote of Tigre Sepúlveda that is historic and that we still use to this day and is like a very well-known saying of Chivas all around the world. Con esta tienen. Con esta tienen, and that's how Tigre Sepúlveda became a legend.
That's right, against
That's
Las
right.
Cremas. That's right. And he threw that down. That wasn't the only thing he said. As per witnesses at that time, he said, Con esta tienen, queridos amigos. Right? That's what they said. That he said.
Respect.
That's how he set it up. Okay, so yes, he's one of my favorites, not only for their haircuts, because those 50 style haircuts were the thing, man. Did you see it was like half a can of oil in each person's head there? Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful haircuts.
Yeah.
And you know what? Both of those guys had their hair. Because I remember I told you guys I bumped into Salvador Reyes. Unfortunately, the cat got my tongue because I was so nervous to meet him. But his hair was really nice, even at that age, because he was really, really old. And then El Tigre also died with a nice hairdo.
Yes.
So I love those two guys, man. Yes, El Campeonísimo.
Yeah,
Who do we have?
big names. Big names.
Next
We have 2 more. Well, we have 4 more, right?
4 more.
Yeah, we have the next 2. We're presenting them in sets of 2. So we're also remembering today Juan Yasso and Tomás Balcázar. There you have them. Tomás Balcázar on your left, Juan Yasso on your right, and let's start speaking about Tomás Balcázar, who is someone who won as a player the first ever. He was there as a player in the first ever league championship won by Chivas in the 1956-57 season, and he was an assistant coach of engineer Javier de la Torre during the golden time of El Campeonísimo, winning both of them together on the bench. 5 more league trophies from the bench, managing El Guadalajara. So 1 championship as a player for Tomás Balcázar, 5 as an assistant coach. He was, during his time as a player, he was a center forward, classic number 9 with scoring instinct, good heading towards the goal, good for headers. He also played for the national team. Fun fact: he is Javier El Chicharito Hernandez's grandfather. That's he is the grandfather of El Chicharito Hernandez, Tomás Balcázar. So he's of course one of the most important players for the red and white. He played in the World Cup. He actually in the Switzerland 1954 World Cup. He scored a goal against France, just like his grandson did in the 2010 World Cup held in South Africa. As I said, his grandson is El Chicharito. So Don Tomás was born in Guadalajara in the 4th of May, 1931, and he made his debut with Chivas in 1949. So, un abrazo hasta el cielo, Don Tomás. And we also have Juan Yasso. He's actually, now that we're speaking about Juan El Bigotón Yasso, he's actually the the player who has played for Chivas for the longest amount of time. He played for Chivas during 21 years. He won 7 of the 7 league championships with El Campeonísimo. So Juan Yasso, the longest ever standing player for Chivas, 7 league titles with el Guadalajara. So un abrazo hasta el cielo, Bigotón Yasso. Who else do we have?
Who
El
else do we have?
Bigotón. Tomás Balcázar, right? Chicharito's grandpa on his mom's side.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
his father is a great soccer player too. El
Yep.
Chicharo.
El Chicharo.
Yeah.
right.
Played with Tecos. I think I saw him play there a couple times, ran into him. Yeah. Great memories of Chicharito. I'll tell you guys about them later, though, because we got more. We have more for all of us because the best 2 come up last.
2
All
more
right.
players.
2 more players, 2 more legends.
Who are
And
they?
as you said, they are directly linked, though, to Alfredo's choice of Tomás Balcázar.
Right.
Yeah. Let's take a look at my beautiful dead people.
Yeah. We have
These
the pair of the pair of
difuntos.
coaches.
Exactly.
With mine. Yeah, right.
Exactly. Javier de la Torre. Let's go chronologically. Javier de la Torre, apart from being the father of a couple of important Chivas players, Sangre Chiva, nació Chiva, igual como decía Chava Reyes.
Mhm.
Okay. Javier de la Torre played with Chivas and was the person who took up the reins after Apat Fekete was able to make Chivas champion. He, along with Tomás Balcázar, okay, Chicharito's father. And this, I think, is like the secret of that love that Chicharito's, he didn't play with Chivas very long. But the love that we have for him is that every moment that he was on the pitch, you could see the blood of his, of his forefathers coming out, that alegría que le daba jugar para Chivas. And a lot of that had to do with his grandpa. His grandpa was assistant coach with Javier de la Torre. Javier de la Torre, he had 7 championships, right? With the Campeonísimo. He served till the end. He had to leave. He went on to do other championship with other teams. But he was, and for me, is the architect of that team because he knew the team from the inside out. I think he knew the Campeonísimo from having played with many of those young players. And Jaime Gomez, El Tubo Gomez, is one of my favorite because he represents for me the heart of what a Chivas player should be. He's a little cocky, a little, oversure of himself. But at the same time, he was able to always let everyone who was in front of him know that he had their backs. He was security. Yeah. So this is for both of them. And you know what? I took the liberty, I don't know if you guys mind, of writing a calaverita. And for those of you out there in the Chivaverse who do not know what a calaverita literaria is, it's a small poem that is supposed to poke fun or to be a little bit sarcastic, but at the same time, it is also to show the love that we have for those who are no longer with us. Calaveras can also be for people who are alive, but here, do you mind if I read my calavera?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because
Please.
you know me.
Yeah.
One day outside Heaven's Gate sat 2 fellows reading Memin. Laughing, they called the Katrina to come sit and share in the scene. Katrina said, "Who are you 2 who laugh and joke so happily?" The first said, "I am called Tubo." The latter said, "Yo soy Javier." We laugh while we should be crying when we witness how our team suffers. Pero esto es pa' valientes, and we are the best of the badge. The ones that built the legend of El Campeonísimo, the Holy Grail. We are the ones who sit patiently for greatness to visit again.
Awesome.
A mis
Amazing.
dos campeonísimos.
Incredible. That was so
Chivas.
nice.
That was beautiful.
Thank you very much. Chivas, my inspiration. That's how I love Chivas.
And last, but certainly not least, because everybody is talking about this in the chat, we have not forgotten about him. So, who's in La Ofrenda as well?
They mentioned him in the comment section.
Yes.
Yes.
El Patrón, the boss, Jorge Vergara.
The big kahuna. As they used to say in the old days in the surfing safaris, he was the one with the vision. He was the one with the dream. One of the greatest symbols of his dream being El Estadio Akron. The guy, when he had a purpose, when he had an objective, he would not cease until he was able to complete the objective. An inspiration, a great Mexicano. Some people, from rags to riches, some say he was a taquero, and then all of a sudden he rose to a billionaire with a vision. Yeah, a true shark of what every Mexican can be if they put it in their mind to be it. Positivist, humanist, not only with Chivas, he has created a great company. Definitely someone digno de ser alabado. And his legado can still be seen to this day. Don Jorge Vergara. You guys can cry later.
I was
Don Jorge Vergara.
just thinking, the legacy and the eternal legacy of Jorge Vergara. I mean, he gave Chivas their own stadium. We have El Akron, which is a first-class stadium. It's now Chivas' home, and his legacy keeps going on. Fundación Jorge Vergara and all the amazing things he did and still does with his name. And besos y abrazos al cielo, Don Jorge Vergara.
Besos, yeah. Besos y abrazos al cielo. And big shout out to Eric Benitez, who was remembering him in the comment section. Also Curtis Williams, who also enjoyed what all the stories we were telling right now. Jose Rigoberto Sanchez, rest in peace to all the legendary Chiva that made this franchise. Jose Rigoberto Sanchez, big shout out. Abraham Nieto, Claudio Guerrero, David Montana, everyone in the comment section who is also contributing in this homenaje that we're making to all these legends. And as we said at the beginning, there's we would have to make a lot of shows in a row to mention all and everyone who has contributing in building this legend, right? In building this legend of such an important team and a phenomenon and a social phenomenon like Chivas, like Club Deportivo Guadalajara.
Let's see them all together. Can we put them all together?
That'll be sweet.
Esta es la ofrenda. Let's
La
take a
ofrenda
look
completa.
at our offering.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So pretty.
Appreciate it.
Please, a moment of appreciation al papel picado, please. Look at that.
Right.
Everything is beautiful. Look at the
Beautiful.
details, man. I'm trying to expand my screen
It's
with
beautiful.
my fingers. I want to see the details, man. It's really, what a great job, guys. Congrats. I
Yes.
love that. Qué buen
Chivas.
detalle. I love it.
Chivas nacimos y Chivas nos vamos hasta la tumba, señores. David Montana. Yeah, totally.
Por supuesto.
Y esta es la
agree.
ofrenda que preparamos, la ofrenda para nuestros Chiva hermanos de We Go Chiv, para nuestros hermanos en el cielo.
Abraham
The three
Nieto, a
tiers.
screenshot we all need. We are trying to convince our social media team to please post this because it's not only beautiful, but it's very much like I want to keep that picture. I
Yeah,
want to
that
keep
would really look cool on your phone, really.
Yes.
Or on your computer. I like it. I love it.
Okay, production is saying yes tomorrow. You can look out for this
Ooh,
picture
yeah.
tomorrow.
Is that a
Look
real
out for it.
mañana or
Tomorrow's the second, so we have still Dia de los Muertos. Yeah, it's gonna be
yes?
Exactly,
Production
tomorrow.
says it is. Excellent.
yeah.
Of course.
Amazing,
And
production.
the
That
old,
was fun,
Killed it.
man. That was
Yeah.
fun.
You killed it. Thank
And
you.
so you see what we're talking about, my friends. This is what we do here at We Go Chew. This is what you do here at We Go Chew. Everybody who's participating, those comments, there's some really fun, interesting facts that we didn't know. Interesting. Look at this one. Los Baloneros. We will always remember Tubo Gomez for sitting down and reading a comic book while Chivas was beating Atlas 5-0. El
Yes.
Memín,
Mhm.
right? And we have people, right? Margarito Maldonado. Okay, I won't put the expletive that you put in there, but this is for our Chiva hermanos. Esto es para nuestros Chiva hermanos who don't speak Spanish fully and who would like to love and be part of the Chiva experience, man.
Totally.
And
Little
also, some people are saying, like, what's going on here? The disclaimer always comes at the beginning of the show. So if you want to listen to the disclaimer, please log into and on time. But we are also trying to because somebody said, if we are all Mexican, if Chivas is all Mexican, why is this in English? So we are trying to make content for the people in the USA or people that don't speak most Spanish. But at the same time, we are talking about traditions in Mexico because we are indeed el equipo de puros mexicanos. And we want
Exactly.
to keep that. We want to maintain that legacy, of course, with everybody, because first and foremost, we are in Mexico, we're Mexican, we blah. And yes, and we are talking right now about Dia de Muertos. So yes, that is what it's all about. The only difference is that we are speaking in English, but we are all Chivas. Okay.
We're all Chivas.
Okay.
Yeah, and when else would you where else would you see is some Dia de los Muertos talk in English that is also related with Chivas, like in edit, unique content only here, only here. And I had said this one earlier in the season, and now that the final is being disputed tomorrow, and I haven't said this one in quite a while, is that we are the only team in the whole continent to have this English content. So only for you, only for the Chiver. Well, it's actually for everyone, but for the 5 million Chivermanos in the United States, no other team in the continent has 5 million fans in the United States. And I'm saying this because at the beginning I used to say that not even the big teams of South America like Boca, River, San Lorenzo, or those teams, Racing, they don't have English content. Not other Mexican teams have this English content that we have. And since Copa Libertadores final is on Saturday, I'm saying it today, that we are the only team in the continent with this English content. So yeah, it's big. By the way, the final is on Saturday, Boca Palmeiras. It kicks off at 2 p.m. Central Mexican time, finishes at 4, and gives you that. You then have a 3-hour break for the Chivas game at night against Cruz Azul, which we're gonna talk about pretty soon, right?
So I'm guessing you're a Boca fan.
I like Boca Juniors. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty excited. I like it.
I'm not a Palmeiras fan, but after what Boca did in that episode, man, que se pudran. Excuse me.
No, it's
I'm
because
just kidding.
I already
I
have
love
a.
them. They're a good team.
And we have
Right,
history with them. We have history.
That's right.
Right.
We have
Yeah,
history.
That's right. So
It's gonna be good.
Palmeiras.
The thing is that only Chivas gives you English content. So
That's right.
why-
So
I'm just kidding, production.
as we say all the time, just be nice.
Yes.
We're just chatting here. We're just a couple of friends chatting with you guys also. And Yeah, a lot of people enjoy this kind of content because, as Alfredo said, like we are the only ones. And also, if you want to interact with us and want to be part of the show the next week, maybe if you want to chat with us live, please send a message on our WhatsApp. And the number is 3326607241. Please send a message in our brilliant production team can send you the link and you can join us live on the show next week. Not today, next week.
Next
Okay?
week, right?
Okay.
And come talk because it's fun to
Yeah,
talk. Also, I see we're about to talk about Baroni. Okay,
Yep.
we're about to
right.
talk about Veranil.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tony Margot says, "Don't ignore me." We're not ignoring you. This is a space where we talk about football, but none of us are directores técnicos. None of us can approach it at that level. Okay, that you're proposing, and it's food for another conversation. Yeah, but we will discuss what happened, and you're free to express yourself because a lot of people probably think the same thing that you're thinking. All right, so feel free and just be polite. That's what everybody has to understand. Be polite, and we'll read your comments because we love that you're here with us. Because that Chiva vibe, even those ones with the little, corazoncitos de pasas that are Chivas, you're still sending love out there. All right, so thank you for participating with us, my friends.
right.
Start talking then about what everyone wants to talk about. There's an alarm, but
What? What's
And
going on?
right,
Ah!
yeah, that was
oh,
that was tough.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
I remember
that
that
was tough.
And you
Yeah,
know what?
vividly.
I think that's the game when the Jalisco started to fall down because the Chivermanos were tearing it up so hard,
right.
jumping. Yeah, that
I
was a
remember
beautiful
some
match,
some
man.
great goals that day.
Yes, I don't
Yeah,
remember getting home, but I remember that game. Yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
and
Alfredo.
now,
there
now
was some
and since
beautiful,
since
beautiful goals.
we scored, yeah, yeah, we scored the goal of English content, so that would be a fifth goal against Boca.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can't for
Ah,
Boca. I
that was
used to
good
be able.
production. That was
That was
good.
That
wonderful.
was
That was
fun. Yeah,
beautiful.
that was funny.
That was a good one. Burn.
Yeah,
That was a good burn. Let's talk about Chivas. Talking about burns,
Okay.
we got to talk about it, guys. All right. Chivas had 2 games this week. Well, actually, it's going to be like a 3-week match. The first one we already know what happened.
Can we not
Yeah,
talk about?
and we went hunting. We went hunting tigers, and the hunters got eaten by the tigers. And then comimos gallo for about 45 minutes, right, in Querétaro.
we
Yeah, and
had,
then
yeah,
comimos gallo de verdad the next 45 minutes,
yeah,
the ones who really love Chivas. And anyone who is understanding my vernacular and trying to get through the thing that I was trying to say is that yesterday we played a magnificent 45 minutes. And then after the expulsion of Marin,
Mhm.
things just
Things changed.
went south. Yeah,
Yes.
it went south. What do you guys think, my Chiva hermanos? Let's talk about the game. How did you guys see the match? Díganme.
yeah. We had,
Díganme.
I think I've said this earlier that in modern football, a 2-0 advantage is not enough.
Yes, of course.
You need at least
Especially.
at the very least a 3-0.
I think
Because things get
we've learned that a
complicated.
couple times.
Yeah, the game has evolved. The game has evolved a lot, and it's just so fast. There's so many second balls that any rebound, if it goes to the wrong side, can turn very wrong. And all of a sudden you have a 2-1. You have the opponent with momentum, and you gotta be safe. A 3-0 to be safe. That's my opinion.
I want to bring that. I want to touch on what you just said, Alfredo. That's perfect example of what Chivas did for 45 minutes. They played that offensive, fast, modern football.
Hmm.
And they were
Right.
able to maintain it, and I think they did fantastically, except for not sinking the balls that we had, the opportunities. At least we should have been winning 5-0.
I think 4-0.
Yeah.
Yes. It got to a point where I thought, like, hey, we could be winning this easily, like 4-0 at this point in time. But yeah, it seems like we have a very strong game. We have a very offensive, strong game at the beginning. But for some reason, we just like nos quemamos de combustible, so to speak. Like something happens in the team, and let's just remember that we had a couple of absences. Chiquete was not there, Pollo was not there, so Pauno had to make a couple of adjustments, defensively speaking. And I think it was a very good first half. But again, this is going to sound a lot of deja vu ish, because we cannot talk about a 2-0 advantage and be like, we got this. Like, remember May?
Yeah,
So
right.
we cannot secure a game like, yeah, we got this. We got this.
Yeah,
Querétaro got stronger and stronger progressively, and definitely Marin's double yellow card got us. Got the
Here's the
better.
monja.
yeah,
Here's the monja.
it's
Oh,
tough.
there's a nun.
Yeah, the team showing that there's union. The
Yeah,
team showing that they're together. Trying
I'm
to
sorry,
bring it up.
Abraham.
definitely,
So,
definitely.
yeah,
But come on, guys. I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff that you know me. I criticize, I think, fairly, because I think you need to, if you're going to look at football and be on a public, forum, then you need to be objective. And that was one of the things that Los Baloneros was saying, right? How come everybody's coming down on Pablo Homo? Because they're not being
exactly.
objective, and that's the way to make money, the easy way.
Yeah,
If you look at what happened yesterday, there are a couple factors, 3 factors for me that were important in the development of the game. One was the pitch itself. The pitch, Querétaro's pitch, is not in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
You could
right.
see them
Yeah.
trying to do the triangulations, and the ball would just like it had hit a brick or something, and bounce up. Proof of that is the goal that we saw made. Well, actually, the second shot that Guti made that bounced off the goalie's face, right? It hit the pitch. It didn't hit a foot or anything. It hit like an hormiga or something. And then it bounced off his face, So that's one thing. Second thing, and I know that I'm saying this on my own personal point of view, and that is that there were some iffy calls, okay? I don't think that Ramos did a good job at all. The
Again.
truth.
Again.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué les pasa? What's wrong with you guys against my Chivas? And I'm not being like a Chiva fan talking about it. This is like game after game, my friends.
Right.
Game after game after game. I'm going to reserve my own. That's not Chiva speaking. That's me speaking.
Exactly.
Okay? Joder. That was
Yeah,
horrible.
and if it totally. Now that we mentioned we get to pick our favorite referee mistakes this tournament. I will say the goal that we got disallowed against Monterrey, that was pretty bad as well. That was not cool.
Just it's the way that the refs are, and I was watching other matches yesterday, other refs, and they do not have the same line of decision making, and that's where I think everything's just, it's like, guys, do your job. For me, it's surprising. This guy is un árbitro mundialista, but like I said, I don't want to stick on that. And the third thing that I thought was important, okay, was the expulsion of Marin.
Yeah.
Deserved or not deserved, the double yellow. After that, it was a conditioned game. We needed to put strong people, fresh legs on the pitch. We have a game against Cruz Azul. Like I said, this has been a 3-match almost. If we look at what Chivas Carga workload has been, we needed some new legs on there, perhaps. And again, it seemed like we were just pulling the nuts out of the fire,
Yeah.
But it was the last 15 minutes, especially, were hard to watch, and that's
Right.
why I look like this today. Okay, this is not makeup. This was me watching the match yesterday. This is how I woke up. Okay, it was horrible. But on the other hand, on the other hand, if we look at the first 45 minutes, Guti, like I said, we were talking about the MVP. Why was he our MVP? It wasn't because he made the goal. He was moving the ball around. He was making long passes, first touches, making the right decisions. Beltrancito and Piojo, of course, Piojo, hombre. He would have been my MVP too, but hombre, he picks the team up and puts them on his back, and together with Guti, it started to look like heaven. Yeah,
Exactly.
for moments, and Marin jalando marca, it was good, And look who got the
Yeah.
penalty.
Also, Pavel Perez had some good interventions.
Uh-huh.
He's always positive when he
Yeah.
participates.
Medio cremoso, right? Yeah, but I love that he's cremoso. Que necesitamos gente. We need people to make that, to try it, because si te sale que.
We need people to believe that they're la mera crema.
Yeah, they are too, because if we look at these guys' numbers from since they were in juveniles, really, and you're really a futbolista and you like to talk about football, go back and check the numbers.
Yeah.
See how many international tournaments they have played in. See how many minutes they have on the pitch. I mean, really look into the, instead of saying, oh, how come they're not investing? They don't have to invest. These are the mera crema y nata.
Exactly.
We just need them to believe it, and they need to be professional and play at that level.
Exactly.
And that takes a lot of everything. It's like watching your diet, not sleeping in at the right times, sometimes not going out to that party, sometimes not doing this and that. It's just being a pro. And there's stories about all sorts of players that you could go back. And my favorite story is Rooney. When he got to Manchester United, the boss came up to him and said, look, you're going to live with me and the missus. And I got this little kid called Cristiano Ronaldo living me right now. Why? Because you're a wild guy, man. You don't know how to make the right decisions. I need you to live with us a little while and learn how to make the right decisions. And that was the best thing that could have happened to him.
Right.
The boss took him under his wing. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what it is, This is what it is. And
what it is.
Everybody remembers something too. If you want to watch a game properly, look at where we are in the league standings.
We're
we're in fourth place right now.
Gotta see the cup of water half full or half. You decide to see it half full or half empty. I decide to see it half full. We're doing
why be bitter?
I think
standings speak for themselves.
Last season I think we have like our ups and downs, and this season we have like our very ups and our very low downs. But I mean, we're being stable. At some point we're still in fourth place. We're still fighting for those 4 first Liga Directa spots. So yes, I mean, somebody in the chat the other day called us porristas, but it's not like that. We have to be objective and we have to be honest about everything that's going on, and we do talk about it. But also we have to talk, of course, about the good things. And one of those is that we are, it's like we are gaining confidence little by little. We still have 2 more games. The next one is very important. And we are up there and we are fighting and we are trying our best. I mean, I can speak from a fan point of view, but I'm pretty sure that they're doing their best to try to be in one of those 4 top positions. And I don't have a doubt that they're going to make it work. And there's a lot of pieces that need to be built and a lot of work that needs to be done in order to achieve that. But we've done it before. Remember, last season, again, we don't talk about the past that much, blah, 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 blah. But last season, it was the same thing, and we got to the final. So we are aiming towards that. Right, guys?
Right. Totally. And now that you mentioned the word objective, I like to pick up on that because there's a, in modern society, there's kind of this conception of, in order to be objective, you must criticize the team you support, or you must to criticize the team you root for. Like that's kind of a definition of what objectivity has become in modern days. And it's of course you gotta be critic. If you love your team, you gotta be critic and also, but it's constructive criticism we're speaking about. You always want your team to improve. You always want to do better. Of course, we want Chivas to win, but sometimes being objective is also, hey, like, try to see the positive things. Not everything is bad, and there's some good aspects that it's worth mentioning. It's a 360 analysis, and in the overall analysis you gotta see what's improvable, but you can also see what has improved, right?
Yeah, and you know what's in the nutshell, guys? What's fun about all this is just football. Have fun with it and
Have
be
fun with it.
polite when you talk about it, because you guys all just want to be, nasty. Then you're not being objective. You're being subjective. Yeah, you're making it personal. But anyway,
Anyway,
what's going on with our chingonas? ¿Qué pasa?
so our chingonas are going to be finally back on Friday, and we are all very excited. Remember that because of Fecha FIFA, we had a little break, but we are back this Friday. For the last game of regular season. Remember, Chivas Femenil is already qualified for Liguilla. But we still have a very interesting and very hard opponent coming shortly. So it's Pachuca. We are facing Pachuca in the last game of regular season, and it's going to be a good one. And also big shout out, huge shout out to our amazing rojiblancas de selección, Cheli Torres y Licha Cervantes, because they are in the final. They are seeking that gold. I'm sorry, and yes, I'm so proud. Again, Cheli started yesterday. It was the semifinal game, and she started the game. Licha went in the last 15-20 minute, something like that. And yeah, the girls are in the final. They're facing Chile, right?
Ooh,
And
again?
they are seeking for the gold medal. Let's go, girls. Our
Vamos,
two
México.
rojiblancas de selección, and so very proud of them.
Totally.
Hadn't they played Chile before in the group stage or no?
Yes. I think it was the second match.
Yes, that was the hard one. That was the hard match.
That was the hard one. Yeah.
But yesterday
Yes,
was amazing. I
playing the
don't know if
hosts.
you saw it, if you watched it. It was against Argentina, and it was a very good game. Ovalle took the 2 goals that lead us to the great final. And Mexico, la selección femenil, it's the big favorite to get that and snatch that gold medal. So yes, fingers crossed, and all good vibes for our girls. But we are facing Pachuca this Friday on the last match of regular season.
Yes.
What do you guys think about
Are
it?
you scared? Are you scared?
I'm not scared.
No.
No?
I'm not scared.
pretty
I'm
confident.
confident.
I'm confident.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great match.
It's going to be a great match. It is.
The team doesn't have pressure, it doesn't have anything like, urgent, because they already locked in the 3rd place at least. What's at stake? It's to see if we could make it sneak into the 2nd place for Liguilla, but we have assured the 3rd place at the very worst case scenario. So it's gonna be a good scenario for the team to keep showing off, to keep building chemistry, to keep assuming Spinelli's idea. So it's gonna be a home with the people, big support for everyone.
And don't forget, before I forget, perdón, Alfredo, don't forget that we are with our hermanos de Acapulco, right?
Yes.
So we hadn't mentioned that you can bring there's a list on the Chivas page. Check, there's certain things that you can bring so that you can bring it to the stadium, both in the Chiva Hermanas game, okay, in the Chingonas game, and Chingones, let's call them Chingones. The Chingones game on Saturday, okay? For both of them, bring all of the things that you think might be useful for our hermanos y hermanas que están en Acapulco. We've all seen the news. We know that it's horrible out there, my friends. We need to help them out. And you know what? A bag of rice or a couple or whatever you want to bring is not
diapers,
going to
canned
diapers,
food.
Water. I was listening. It's hard to watch the news right now.
Right. Yeah.
There are more important things than football. Yeah.
Yes.
Pero que el fútbol nos una y que nos una para ese propósito. Okay. Friday and Saturday. Bring your water, whatever you want to donate, your donations to the stadium. It's off as you go into the entrance. If you're looking at the stadium from the front, it's on the left side, but I'm sure there'll be people there who will help guide you to where you need to bring everything in. Okay, so don't forget, my brothers and sisters,
Yes.
mothers and misters, let's think about our hermanos
Mhm.
en Acapulco.
In Acapulco, en
Yeah.
toda la
Yeah.
zona de Guerrero, actually.
Sí, todo, no
Yes,
manches.
yeah,
Híjole.
it's hard. As you said, it's very hard to watch. I keep Acapulco very close to my heart. Yeah, so please, please, please help if you can, if it's in your possibilities. But
Yes.
in other news, where we can watch Chivas Femenil on Friday. Where? Producción.
Where are we going? There you go. Andile.
Where
Yeah,
to
it's gonna
watch?
it's gonna be on Chivas TV and Fox Sports for Mexico, and of course in the United States. Since the match is at home, it will be on Telemundo. You can also watch it on the Telemundo Sports app. Kicking off at 8 p.m. Central Time of the United States, 7 p.m. Central Mexican Time. This is gonna be on Friday. And as Robert was saying, if you're in Guadalajara and if you're going to the match, you can go to the entrance on the left from the front. There you go, and bring víveres. The artículos that things that will be helpful. There's the list. You can also watch it on our Chivas social media accounts. It's pretty much víveres and productos de higiene, alimentos. So bring them to the Chivas Femenil and Chivas matches this upcoming weekend. And on the case of Chivas Femenil, if you bring víveres, you automatically get for free into the match. So help our friends from Guerrero and bring víveres and also watch Chivas
Donation.
Femenil live. It's big. Everyone wins, right?
So you're saying that you could trade the donations for a ticket?
Yes, that's right.
That's
They can
awesome.
trade the donations.
That's
for
almost,
tickets.
if it's free, it's for me.
Right. No, yeah, and you're helping.
And you're helping
everyone.
out.
Yeah, you're
Right.
helping the ones who are going through a rough time right now.
Mhm. It's brownie
Your help
points
is
for heaven.
valuable.
So remember, just please go into Chivas social media and you can see the list of the stuff they need over there. And whatever it is in your possibilities, please, 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 please help. So we have also the where to watch for the men's side.
Yes.
Where can we watch?
So in Mexico, this is Saturday, the first to last match of the regular season. Chivas Cruz Azul. Remember, we're in the 4th place. And if you're in Mexico, you can watch it on Chivas TV, TV Azteca, TUDN, and VIX. And if you're in the US, it will be on Telemundo. This is the guys, Chivas against Cruz Azul, Saturday night, kicking off at 5 past 10 p.m. Central Time of the United States, 5 past 9 p.m. Central Mexican Time. Big Saturday night plans. Chivas Cruz Azul. So it's gonna be good. Saturday night, some Chivas match, staying at home. It's cold
And
outside these days.
Since
It's going to be
Friday.
exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great match.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
remember, Cruz Azul has nothing to lose.
Yep.
Right.
They have nothing to gain at all. So they're going to be un gato
Yep.
patas para arriba, right? We
Van a
don't know
querer
what they're
estropear
going
la
to do.
fiesta.
Maybe so. They're going to try to do something. At least try to find a better team for next season. That's
It's time.
that's what. Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
We need a song for that. The production, you
Right.
need to make a song so we know when it's time to leave. Something like someone crying.
We have a
Something
last
like
a
that.
last
Have the
picture.
last picture.
Yes.
Who?
What?
Uh-oh.
What is that?
Oh.
Ah.
Okay. So I assume that production is supporting Fluminense on Saturday, right?
Fluminense. Is it
Yeah.
Fluminense? No,
Yes.
Palmeiras.
No, it's Fluminense. It's
Is it
where
Fluminense?
Marcelo
Yeah.
plays. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. but we all support. And the fun fact, it's gonna be right before the Chivas. Well, not right before the Copa Libertadores final is at 2 Mexican time, and Chivas is at 7. So it's gonna be, if you want to watch some football. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
the
I'm gonna be at the Akron.
the
probably.
production
Right.
chat is on fire right now. It's not very PG to share,
I
but
know
yeah,
what's going on, man.
but yeah. So
Right.
it's time. It's time.
It's time. It's time, my friends, to say goodbye. It's always a sad time because this is the Chivaverse, and truly, I wait for this day. I wait to be able to talk to all you guys and reach out to you. Curtis, thank you, my friend. So, you're always there. Stella Ava says, smile. Thank you for your positivity. Todos los que nos están mandando buena vibra. Y también los queremos mucho.
Thank you
Okay?
to
Arriba las
production.
Chivas.
We
Thank
never say thank you to production. Ricardo Cruz
Thank
and
you
Marcelo
to production.
Amorelli.
That's right. Everybody out there, that was
Yes.
beautiful, guys. Gracias por esforzarse por nosotros.
Remember to bring víveres if you're going to the stadium to help
That's
our
right.
friends in Guerrero.
If you bring beer, they're not going to let you pass it. So you
No,
leave it
it's
at Siete
víveres.
Verde.
Yeah.
Siete Verde is where I park.
Right.
So you can get the beer there.
No, not beer. Víveres. Yeah. Have a good one.
Be good, everybody.